I'm at home today. I'm going to answer both questions with this one thread. Really, it's still going to be based on the city ordinances. Some of these major corporations, because they may be practicing more responsibility than is needed, it still won't allude to the fact that the local enforcement is going to supersede any of their good deeds, um, despite what they've done. So the answer, do you need to reclaim? You wouldn't think you would, uh, but what you want to do is always check with your local authorities. Just because a property is built compliant, built correctly, and built to do the job, doesn't mean that you still might not have to by their silly laws. Uh, these are some of the things that we're trying to advocate and fight for as contractors. These are the responsibilities of the owners. Most major municipalities and cities and governments understand this. Some, because of big business and corruption with development, bottom line is they just don't want to comply, and they want to put the burden on the contractor when in actuality it should be put on the business or the actual owners of the properties versus the contractor or even the people that lease the units. Now, as it relates to Jim's part of the question, it's the same in California. Where the law is going to say you have to do it, you have to do it. But there are compliant properties that have full reclamation on them as well in California, and there, it's a hit and miss situation too, from county to county. Whether you're talking something that's a coastal city, they're really stringent and really tough with their laws. This is the future. There is no doubt about it. Maryland is one of the most compliant states. Now, whether it's one of the least populated and smallest state, some might say that, but don't take this as fact. But I believe that they're about 85% compliant with all their properties. And I believe that was a statistic that I read, probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago. But I can't imagine it's decreased. It's probably only increased because they do have strict guidelines in their building and zoning codes. But that's what it really boils down to. A little bit of this reclamation stuff for the future is not going to be what people think it's going to be. It's going to be, the compliance is going to happen right on the properties. Yeah, there are coastal cities in California that'll never be able to be compliant because the water table is too high, and water retentions and reclamation units on site won't work for that reason. And yeah, they'll always probably require some additional reclamation or some mobile reclamation and cleaning and hauling. But these contractors that actually take care of these properties, retention areas, they are environmentally licensed, certified technicians and companies, and they have all the proper handling permits and things needed for the DOT and any other authority to take care of this problem. As well as most contractors don't carry the proper licensing to haul hazardous material. And telling anybody that you got wash water and you're hauling it and it's just wash water is just it's just ludicrous. It is hazardous material. Now, in some states, you're allowed to haul so much without permits and placards. In other states, you're not allowed to haul it at all, and you have to have it. But like I said, you're going to have to check that out. It's going to be something that's going to be a state-by-state issue. The Clean Water Act is a federal mandate that is adopted and enforced by the local municipalities and governments. It is the same across the entire country. Now, the interpretations and the laws that are written to enforce them and the best management practices can be different from one city to the next. That's why I caution you to do make sure that you do due process and check with your municipalities. One thing that is a fact, and it is not fiction, if you do not haul water off of property and water doesn't escape from the property, there's a little fine line in this thing. It doesn't involve the stormwater people. It does not become a Clean Water Act problem. and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Um, it's a state jurisdiction while the water's on the property, and it becomes a county or city municipality issue once the water exits the property, because now you enter into their domain. If the water does stay on property in most states, it has nothing to do with the Clean Water Act. That's fact. It's not fiction. Some people will contest that. Some people will say, no, Ron, you're incorrect. I'll challenge anybody if they want to challenge this. Uh, you know, the guys, guys, go back to knowing what you got to do is what's right. If you're washing a really oily, dirty, nasty surface, and it's something you could pick up and better the environment, filter and clean it, and obviously dispose of the filters properly. That's the right thing to do. I mean, we don't want to throw paper out of our window. So, excuse those dogs, guys. I'm at home today, as you can see in the background. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later.